That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room, Monday, October 6, 2025. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Warren Misery, and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
Hey, I'm doing great. My team made it to the divisional series, Chris. Unlike the Reds, there, buddy. What happened? Come on, man.
That's true. We stuck it up.
The Dodgers kicked our ass, is what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Well, guys, hopefully everybody's doing well out there. We're going to get started. Got a pretty good show for you, hopefully, tonight. Got some interesting stuff. We're going to start off. I think Chris is going to bring in the owner of WCWO, owner and promoter, Joey Owens.
How's it going, Joey?
Going great, guys. How's it going with you all?
Going good. Doing well.
Thanks for having me back on.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. You guys have been really busy, and it sounds like you got a lot more stuff coming.
Oh, man, I tell you what, it's been like super exciting to dub right now. We've just been doing all those shows, got back from the busy weekend, had a great turnout there in Thorntown, for Saturday and Sunday. Then we had the opportunity to wrestle at the Circle City Classic out in front of Lucas Oil Stadium. That's pretty cool. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So,
well, what do you guys got going on in the future that you'd like to talk about?
Right now, we got to talk about, well, of course, we got Friday night this Friday. Then we have St. Paul at St. Paul Gym this Saturday. Two of the matches are going to be in the steel cage. That's going to be pretty exciting. I'm excited for that show. Then the weekend after that, we'll be back at the Boys and Girls Club in Lebanon, Indiana. Right now, I know I talked to you guys about a super show, but me and my wife talked. We're going to hold off to do a big super show. We're actually going to do that at the beginning of the year. But I do want to get on here and let everybody know that Thanksgiving weekend, that Friday night at midnight, we're going to do another WCWO Extreme show. So we're going to be running like we did last time. We're going to do the Friday night show. Then we're going to come back and do a midnight show. And we have
midnight show was fun.
Yeah, we're about to have some big surprises going to happen that night. That's for sure. But here soon, I'm still working on something super, super big for WCWO. Like I said, me and my wife, we talked. We're going to wait till the first of the year. We're just going to pop the first of the year off with a big bang. Right now, we got some things already stationary for it. We just got a few more phone calls, but something huge is really about to happen with WCWO this new year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to go back and ask you a couple of questions about doing that show in front of the football stadium. How was that? I mean, and that came together pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah. I know that it was brought to our attention at the Black Expo about it, and we didn't hear nothing else about it, so we didn't think it was really going to happen. And next thing you know, I got that message, hey, Joey, can you please do the show? We really want you, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, I wish you got a hold of me sooner, but, when Lucas Oil calls and asks you for a show, you can't say no. So we did it, we pulled it off, and honestly, we had a lot of great feedback, and we actually got some exciting stuff more stuff that we're going to be doing with downtown. We got a couple things that I'm not going to announce yet that we're going to finish out the year downtown with. Then we're going to start up next year with more stuff downtown. So it's really paid off for WCWO doing these Comic Cons and Pop Cons and Black Expos and the Circle City Classic. we're getting a lot of good feedback from everybody downtown.
Yeah, and it's really got you guys got WCWO a little more connected with the community downtown.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And a lot of the big businesses downtown are reaching out to us. We got some sponsorship deals we're going to work on with a couple big sponsors. It's really about since my dad passed away, I know I've taken the company and made it a little better and better each year, trying to. But next year is going to be insane what we have planned. I mean, some of the things that's happening next year, I don't even believe it. So. And,
That's awesome.
and I have to thank, everybody that works at the WCWO, all the kids that train and everybody that, if it wasn't for everybody, our staff, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, you guys got incredible staff and incredible young wrestlers. You guys do a fantastic job. Um, what are you most excited for in the next month or so?
The next month or so, man, honestly, with what we got going on in our storylines and everything right now that apparently we don't do. Never mind. I shouldn't have said that. But
I think you guys do more storylines than anybody because you got a show every week. You gotta have storylines for it, but
well, but never mind. You know me. I don't even go there. I don't like to start drama. I'm not that person. I stay to myself. But we have some really good things happening for the Thanksgiving show that I'm super excited about.
Cool. Marcus, do you have any questions or Warren?
Well, I don't have any questions. I'm just excited myself. So if we didn't already have a show booked for the downtown show, we would have been at Circle City, but we already told Steve.
That was so much fun. Especially the night show was amazing. Especially after the game was over with. The football players came out, the coaches came out, all the big executives from Lucas Oil, they all came out. They all watched the show. They all came over and talked to me, and it was a great feeling of how they responded, especially, a couple of the representatives from the Indianapolis Colts. Hint, hint.
Yep.
They reached out. We talked. So it's really going to look up for us. That's for sure. I just know I feel like I'm still recovering from that weekend because I was everywhere.
Yeah, they keep you busy. I know that. You always got something going on.
Always. My thing is, I love wrestling and I don't care where it's at. As long as it's good wrestling, that's all I ever asked for. And, I got people that rinse my ring out, rinse my cages and my equipment. I have no problem doing that because I love doing it and I love wrestling. And I just wish everybody would just have that same feeling. Just love our business. Don't hate on our business. Support other people. I mean, I still support people that you guys know I don't care for anymore, but I still support them. I wish everybody the best of luck. I just want everybody to have good wrestling and quit the hate, and especially storytelling.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Chris or Warren, you guys got anything?
I mean, I did see something since Halloween is coming up. There, were you guys also doing like a trick or treat thing or something before?
Yeah, we were doing a trunk or treat. Oh man, what's it? The 25th or the 26th? It's that Saturday.
Well, hang on, I'll find it for you.
I think it's the 25th. Yeah, the 26th is a Sunday. It'd be the 25th.
So then, are you wearing the same mask that you're wearing now? Because that one's pretty scary.
Hey, right? Maybe. But no, I'm glad you brought that up. That's something great that we do every year. I think we're starting trick or treating it's going to be from 5 to 8. We're going to be out front of the building in the parking lot. We're going to have a bunch of cars there. Please have everybody come out and support us and bring your kids, and it's a great time.
You also have the one at the charity house, right?
Yes, we do.
That's the one on the 26th.
Okay, thank you for my.
The one in front of the Dub is on the 28th.
The 20. That's a Wednesday, isn't it?
I believe so.
No, I think that's the wrong one. It's supposed to be the 25th on the Saturday.
You got to fire whoever made your poster then.
Reggie,
All right, we can see Reggie fired live on the air.
Okay, so that's then on that Saturday. It's not on the 28th.
yeah, it's going to be it's going to be that Saturday.
And then you have one on the 26th the next day.
Yeah, the next day we'd be at the charity house.
Right.
So
Right.
the charity house is a great cause, a good thing for the community. We did it last year. They really loved us. We brought a lot of attention there. We entertained a lot of kids. I think I probably went through like 10 bags of candy there also. It was a great thing. And it's just giving back to the community, giving back to the town. So,
You guys
Have
got
they got a wrestling
the
show on that day at the charity house?
yeah, we're going to do like three spot matches. Those are more like, because it's a place for like kids and all that. We're going to do like comedy skits. We're going to dress up like characters, and we'll go out and play around and just entertain the kids. Because the charity house, it's a non-violence group, but so we just try to entertain instead of really show violence.
Yeah, I see that.
You know.
And then you guys got the big veteran show that you guys do every year coming up at the Dub in November also.
Yeah, we sure do. Mike Lee, you guys know Skull Crusher. He handles that one. That's something he likes to do every year. And, we used to do it. And he brought my attention that he would love to be a part of that and do all that. So, yeah, so I'll let Mike handle that one. That's something special to his heart, especially coming from a veteran's family. So,
He always does a good job with it as well.
yeah, oh yeah, he does a great job. He still messes with me, Joey. Is this okay? Is this okay? I'm like, well, how long have you been around me now? So I just want to get on here and just tell you guys and everybody, thank you guys for the support you guys give us. And all we're going to keep on doing is just grow and grow from now on. And more people spits in my face, the more I'm going to come after and do better. So,
well, you guys do a great job. It's well deserved the success you guys are having. You guys work hard at it, and you guys, I believe in my heart, you guys do it for the right reasons. You do it for the fans, and you try to put on good shows to entertain people. And again, I think you guys do a wonderful job.
right. I mean, you said it right there. We do it for the fans and for the people. We're not selfish. We're nothing like that. We just want to go out, put a great show on, and I want those people to come in when they spend their hard money. I want them to leave with a smile on their face.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys do a great job. You guys got any other questions before we let Joey out of here, or unless Joey's got something else he wants to a special announce or something?
No, not right now. I just want to just get on here and just tell everybody thank you for your support. Really, I mean that means the world to me.
I can say right now, you can pencil me and the missus in for that midnight show because she loved the last one so much that I'm pretty sure I can talk her in to another midnight show. For some reason, I married a lady that craves violence. So,
but yeah, that show. I mean, I brought it up to the guys, and the guys like, let's do this, and they all started coming up with these crazy ideas. I've even put the stop to a couple things they want to do. Like, no, man, we're not trying to kill each other. So, right on, guys. All right, well, I guess that's all I really got to say. I'm actually going to probably get off here. I'm getting ready to head to my son's house and go hang out with my grandbaby for a couple hours. So,
Sounds
That's
like
always
fun.
a good time.
right on. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful night and have a great show, and I hope to see y'all soon.
Okay, thanks for coming on.
All right, buddy. Bye.
I tell you what, man, WCWO has been killing it. Like I said, I had those shows in front of the football stadium. Marcus knows about all the shows. I mean, he could probably tell you better, but they've been just doing shows all over the place, fairs, festivals. I mean, again, like me and Marcus had talked about, even though it seems like it upset some people, that, they're doing 100 to 120 shows a year, maybe more. It's just not, I mean, not only do one every Friday, 50, that's 52 a year at least. They're doing all kinds of stuff and just keep growing. And they do a wonderful job, and all their success is well deserved, in my opinion.
I would just like to know when it turned in that if you give a compliment to somebody that you're taking a shot at somebody else. Like I didn't know you can't give somebody a compliment without taking a shot at somebody else. That just don't make a lot of sense.
There's a lot of good wrestling groups out there.
Yeah.
One that comes to mind, one I've never even been to, that I know Marcus has been to, but I got a good friend that works there, and that's Emerge Wrestling. Emerge does a fantastic job. They run shows every month, and they sell out 200-300 people every show. They do killer shows. From what I haven't been there. It's a little bit of ways for us, but I know Marcus has been there and told me wonderful things. Hollywood House works there. Hollywood's a good friend of ours, and he loves it and talks nothing but great things about him. Matter of fact, he's going to be working with him at the Square Circle Expo. So, good things can happen for everybody, and good things can be different for everybody. It's what everybody's what their goals are. Everybody's got different goals. One guy's going to make, hey, I'm going to go one show a month, do the best that we can, and put entertainment for the fans. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody said, well, we're going to do double that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing, if somebody only wants to run 6 shows a year, if somebody just wants to do 3 or 4 charity shows a year, there's a place for everybody. And especially as long as fans show up and like it, what difference does it make?
Exactly. Just so you guys know, our other guest is back on here.
He just PM'd me and told me that things are looking good, that he will be on. So
okay. So
I didn't know. I figured you knew, Marcus, but I just was making sure everybody was aware.
Well, we got the big promo battle tournament starting tonight with our first 4 competitors going to compete against each other. Chris will be showing them videos in a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and let Marcus do his stuff with the Marcus Fine Wrestling Report, and then we'll jump into that.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that I don't have a lot to go over, because we got a lot to go over as a whole anyway.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do our prayer requests. I only have 3 that I know of. Continued prayers for Hannah. Again, that's Ref Luigi and Ref Angel's daughter. She had some issues this past week. Actually, she's still dealing with that. Prayers to her. Prayers to Bruce McGar's fiance, Pamela, who had issues last week. And prayers to Brent from AACW. He's the guy in charge of the referees. He had surgery on something this past week, but all is well there, but continued prayers for him. Also, Bobby Blade, he made these shows this week and did his commentary. So he, in fact, commentaried with Harvey Winkleman, I think it was.
Oh, cool.
Downtown Bruno, I think, this past weekend. So he must have did all right with these oral surgeries. So prayers for them and anybody else that needs those. Okay, for my birthdays, old EWF, and if we got Bob and Hank still in here, EWF superstar El Vato's birthday is today. Now, do you guys remember the skit on WWE when the guy showed up at the burritos that was supposed to go to Eddie Guerrero, and it ended up the Big Show took him and then had the diarrhea and had to leave?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, the guy that delivered the burritos was El Vato. He used to wrestle at the EWF arena damn near every week. Very humorous guy. He had a big afro at the time, and he'd pull stuff out of his hair. Or the referee would say, well, you can't have this, you can't have that. I mean, it was just funny as hell. So El Vato's birthday's today. You guys seen this guy, Terry Rocker Lawler, at AACW back in, it'll be last year sometime, I'm thinking. Cody Nunn from FEW, Charlie Key from Supreme, Gideon from NGW, and referee Mike Norton from AVW. Their birthdays are all this week. So I'll do my shirt of the week. Again, another micro shirt. I'm about out of these guys, so we make me big. This is my good buddy Psycho.
Hold on. Give me a second.
My good buddy Psycho. They sent me this shirt about a month ago. Psycho, good friend of mine from the micro wrestling. He actually is one of the guys in charge down there at the Microtorium. He's the one married to Pinky Shortcake. They were on the Discovery Channel's Micro Brawlers. Very good talent. These shirts are $40 at the Microtorium or anywhere that the micros are on tour. So $40, can't beat it. Warren, you have your top 5?
I have my top 5, yes.
All right,
I went to enough shows to have a top 5.
Yep, you go ahead and do yours, and I'll do mine and Kelly's. So
okay.
Hey, Marcus, did you get this birthday last week?
Oh, who cares about his birthday?
I did. We got Bob Steele's birthday last week. Yes, indeed.
I thought you did, but I was just double checking.
Well, shoot, I'm not going to forget his birthday. He going to kick my ass for it. Yep. See, I knew Hank would remember Balto. That guy was funny as hell. My kid loved him, and the guy was just funny. He'd go over and ask if you knew anybody could like repair his appendix, or he wouldn't know a spleen doctor. Because he'd get kicked in the chest or what. He was just a very funny character. So all right, Warren, you're up.
All right, my top 5 for last month. Okay, once again, wasn't a lot of shows, but enough. Number 5 is in Warrior Pro Wrestling, Drew Kreitzer. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I had a good authority that the dude's only been training for about 6 months and actually put on quite a good show for being 6 months in. My number 4 is T.Y. Ice. Everywhere he seems to have a belt around him, or at least be in the mix. My number 3, and I'm going to just say this and let everyone else figure it out, NERD-VFOE. I have to put him in there. My number 2, because like I said, you win belts, you get on my list, was Jesse Winchester. And my number 1 guy, just to put a little bit of a call into Jesse's victory, and also, honestly, the guy deserves it. My number 1 guy for September is J.B. He did finally, he had to step away from the ring now. He's called it a career, but I believe he deserves the number 1 spot because every time I've seen him, he always had a smile, always entertained, and always did a great job. So I feel September should be the number 1 spot for J.B.
That was awesome. Okay, Marcus.
Okay, we'll do Kelly's. And in fact, believe it or not, we are only going to repeat one of those.
Oh, wow.
Out of the 3 lists. So, and I'm sure you know which ones get done here in a bit. But so we're going to do Kelly.
Hey, Marcus, you see this comment real quick? Sorry to cut you off.
EVW. Is that the one there in Danville, Illinois? That should be NVW, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking that's the one there the Hall Boys are putting on.
Yeah.
So, all right. Kelly's number 5, Mac Sterling. Number 4, John Scrutch. Number 3, Phoenix. Number 2, Mark Magnus. And her number 1 is, and she wrote it the other way, FOENERD. She had the same one as Warren's number 3. She just spelled it the other way. So that's her top 5.
What's up, Shane?
And then Jordan Bell, buddy, where have you been?
Yeah, what's up, Jordan?
All right, here's my number 5. Number 5 is the Workhorses, who became the new JICW Tag Team Champions last weekend. And number 4, I have Dave Jamison, who will become the JICW Cruiserweight Champion. And number 3, I had Cameron Saturn, who defeated David Light to become the number 1 contender for the Gunslinger title. In fact, he's number 2. Number 3 is Zach Nova, who won a scramble match to become the number 1 contender for the territorial title. And that's the match that had like 35 people in it, it seemed like. Actually, it was only about 9. But so for him to win that. And then my number 1, believe it or not, this is for a guy who's only got about 6 matches under his belt, Billy Palmer, who got a pinfall on Jackson Morgan, went into my number 1 slot. So there you have it. That's our top 5s for the month of September.
And Marcus, it was the NVW or whatever.
Yeah, I thought so. We'll have to see, Hubert. I think I'm booked already that night. That's a Sunday. I'll have to see. Okay. Yeah, Kelly. Kelly loves you guys. So that's all I have, guys. I believe I got it all. Top 5 T-shirt, birthdays, prayer requests, shirt, results. Did I do results? No, I didn't do results.
Oh, we didn't do results.
I do have 1 set of results.
Acting like it's his first show. What the hell's going on?
You can't say nothing. If you see you on Thursday. So anyhow, I do have a set of results. This is thanks to my good buddy Wes Ryan, who was in the chat a little while ago. WCW at the Outlaw Arena Friday, October 3rd saw Zach Nova defeat Ozo Pierce. Cameron Saturn defeated Tanner Saturn. The Waterboy defeated WCWO Territorial Champion Phoenix in a non-title no DQ match. Kurt Busse with the Pharaoh King defeated Pogo. Will Asher and Jackson Morgan defeated Billy Palmer and CJ Cyclone. And the main event saw Brody Botkins defeat ZJK. I heard it was a sellout down there at the Dub on Friday. We was not able to make it. Kelly had a flare-up, so we didn't get to go. So,
It sounds pretty awesome.
Now I think I'm done.
Okay. Well, we got we're going to go ahead and do this promo battle tournament. The first round is going to feature 4 people, and then the next week will feature 4 more, and then the winner of each one will meet at a later date for the championship.
Are we going to do that now, or are we going to do our guest first?
I was going to do this now if you're good with it.
Well, he knows he's not coming on. We can do the promo first if you're ready for it.
However you guys want to do that.
Okay, so what this is, each contestant, and our 4 contestants is Jordan James, Bob Steele, Nerd, and Johnny Blaze. That's for this week, and then we've got contestants for next week. And Chris, how can people be able to vote on this?
I'll be putting a poll up on our Facebook page.
Okay, the GWR
Sports Room Facebook page. There'll be a poll up where everybody can vote, and then I'll post all I'll post the videos up individually on our page as well, so people can go back and watch them again, and then that poll will be up.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is do the videos now, and then bring our guest in, and hopefully we'll have time after our special guest. Maybe we can show them one more time. Would that be possible?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Chris, do you know which one's first? Because I don't want to say this guy's up first and it'll be somebody else.
I can do whichever one you want.
Okay. Let's start off with Jordan James, our first contestant. On The Price is Right. No, okay.
Come on down.
So Gonzo's Sports Room Wrestling Podcast Show is having a promo battle to see who can cut the best promo in Indiana. And I have to tell you, it is always better Jordan James. So boys, Chris, Tony, you already know who's the best. Always better Jordan James.
Okay. There's our first one, guys.
Right to the point.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's go up next. Let's go with Bob Steele.
All right.
I'm laughing because I've already seen these.
Good afternoon, professional wrestling fans. It's your boy Chris Bob here, and I was asked to say a few things about Gonzo's Wrestling Room. So I agreed. First off, I don't even know who the hell Gonzo is. But then you got this group of cats who do their show every week. First off, you got the illegitimate bastard son of Harvey Whippleman and Bill Alfonso and Chris Gonzalez. Then you got his dad, a shorter, fatter, uglier version of Mario Andretti. Then you got Kelly, oh, so super fine. Her husband, Marcus, not really that fine at all. And then Warren, living in his own misery with that stupid straight-billed hat and ugly-ass button-up shirt. I didn't know what else to say, guys, but if it isn't FOE, Cody Lee, the B.O.B., or the NERD5, you ain't nobody.
Okay, that was number 2. Let's go with number 3. Let's go with Nerd.
Hello, everyone. In case you haven't had the privilege, my name is Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, and you're listening to G.W.R, and I am the greatest guest, aka the greatest professional wrestler of all time. And quite frankly, if you're not listening to G.W.R, I will slap you silly until it gets into your thick skull that you will be listening to nothing else other than G.W.R, especially when you have me, Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, on as the guest.
Okay, let's go for our last contestant, Johnny Blaze.
Here's Johnny. Hello, boys and girls. Hello, G.W.R. Marcus Fine, independent wrestling's #1 fan. I say independent wrestling's #1 bum. Lazy bum, because if you were doing anything that you were supposed to be doing, Marcus, you'd understand that you would want me on that show. Yeah, it's a fact. Tony, Chris, and you support this? I thought you two were better than that. Marcus and Mr. Warren Misery? Mr. Warren Misery, if you don't start doing something to promote for Johnny Blaze, Misery's gonna enjoy some company, but that company's not gonna be too much fun, because I bring pain. I bring pain. So guess what? Start doing right, or I'm going to rain down pain on every single one of you. Kelly Fine, get your husband in line. Woo! Didn't know that I could rhyme, did you? Get him in line, Kelly. Well, I'm going to come and see you too.
Now, he would be perfect for Halloween. There's no doubt about that. Well, I thought the guys did an outstanding job on the promos, and everybody will get to vote, like Chris explained. But we're going to show these again before we go off there, and then they can go to the GWR Facebook page, and Chris will have set up where people can vote.
Yep.
And we'll do that for. What do you guys think? Do it to maybe Friday, Saturday, and we'll just do it to Saturday. And then we'll announce who that winner is for the first week on Monday. Or we could even do it to Sunday. It wouldn't make a difference, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
And let people vote, and we'll see who the winner's going to be. I think they got a tough choice. I thought they were all pretty good.
Yeah, not easy.
Well, guys, Chris is our guest there. Well, we can bring him in.
Yep.
We got a special guest for Rapid Fire, Austin Diamond.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Going well.
Glad to hear it. I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry about the delay, but fret not, because the man, the myth, the legend, Austin Diamond has arrived.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you know that we can't see you?
What?
That's terrible.
You can't see him. I can see him.
John
No,
Cena.
I can't see him. It's all blank screen on me.
All I see is black screen.
On my screen that's our feed going out. I can see him. I don't know why you guys can't.
Okay, all right. Well,
But no, I mean we can try if he wants go out and come back in, and that might fix it because sometimes that'll fix it. We can try that real quick.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, I will be back in a second then, gentlemen.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, I can see him. I can see him. Yeah, it was a delay. He would talk and then he'd be done talking and his mouth would still be moving for about 3 more seconds. But there was a like he said, that's why there was a delay.
Old Japanese movie.
Bruce Lee.
See, all right, I'm gonna bring him back in. Let me know if you guys can see him.
Okay.
Are we good now?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
First try every time.
And we don't even have the delay no more, so we're perfect now.
Awesome.
Well, how this is going to work, Mr. Diamond, is first will be Marcus. We'll do the first question, and then Warren, then me, then Chris. And we'll go for about 20 or 25 minutes, and we're ready whenever you are.
I got you, brother. Let's start it off hot.
Okay, let's go, Marcus.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We've known each other about 3-4 years now.
Yes, sir.
You started out as a commentator, and I believe you are our second generation wrestler.
Yes, sir.
Since we had your dad on about a month ago. So
Right.
thank you. This is my team, Tony, Chris, and Warren. So thank you for
Pleasure
coming
to
on.
meet everybody, guys.
Yep.
All right. So my question, as always, is when did you first become interested in pro wrestling? And I'm sure I have the answer to that. Go ahead.
Well, Marcus, you see, I wrestled the other sperm cells inside of my mother when I was conceived, man. I was meant to be here. I am a 20-year veteran of this game already, and I just turned 19. I've been partying since last Friday on my birthday, man. The life of Austin Diamond is never dull because when you're like me, brother, you shine too bright to ever go dim. Scott Diamond has blazed a beautiful trail for me, man. My earliest memories, I do believe, are sitting on the couch watching wrestling with my dad. You know, SmackDown versus Raw 2006 was my earliest video game on the PS2. That was one of my first true loves. Watching Evolution do all of their great things back in the day. That was amazing. I knew from a young age that Ric Flair was the creme de la creme. He was evil, mean, and nasty. He was the dirtiest player in the game. And I've been fighting every day to be like that. Scott Diamond did a hell of a job leveling up to that man. You know, Scott Diamond used to party with Ric Flair back in the day. But the time for Austin Diamond has come, and I'm going to set a whole new standard.
Okay, Warren.
All right, I'm going to give you a time machine and a front row center ticket to any wrestling event in the history of time. Where would you want to go?
Man, I gotta say, Flair for the gold takes the cake on that one, man. Watching that with Pops back in the day was something special, and if I could go and I could just feel that air, man, I think that would be priceless.
Okay, my question is favorite moment and favorite match in your career so far.
Man, I could throw a few answers in that direction. You know, I've gotten to tag with my father now on a few occasions. Very early into my career, in my first match, I tore my meniscus and my MCL. And I could not convince myself for any reason to take time off. I had already taken so many dates that I couldn't let anybody down. So I was still working on that torn ligament. And so I went to the ring on crutches one evening and I worked with a gentleman by the name of The Spider out of Detroit, Michigan. He is the Detroit Punk, the unbelievable, the inhuman, The Spider. He's amazing. Everybody go check him out. We worked a match in Indiana at the arena, and he beat the ever living tar out of me, gentlemen. I don't know what it was about me going out there on crutches, but somehow he knew that my knee was injured, and he exploited that to its fullest extent. And, you know, it came a time my father had seen enough of it. He jumped up on the apron, and, you know, they had a few gentlemen with the Spider that evening. So my father determined that the only way to fair fight that match, the two of us versus the three of them, and we came out on top. I think that's the answer for me, brother. That's probably the best moment of my wrestling thus far.
Okay, Chris.
All right, before I go, we're going to go with Kelly's question real quick. Who's your favorite super fan, Kelly or Marcus?
Kelly, you already know that it's you. Marcus, brother, no hard feelings, Austin Diamond, the lead, man. You know, what can I say? Marcus, you're a good-looking guy, but I think I might just have a chance, brother. Nah, I tease. Marcus, you guys are killing it. You know, the things that you all do on here are amazing, Marcus. You are a super fan on top of the cake, man. You are something that is monumental. All of you are. Tony, Gonzo, Warren. I love this podcast, man. The prayer list that you all do is something that I haven't seen anywhere else. I love that. I really appreciate you guys being the voices of some of these guys who are still underground. Y'all are doing wonderful work.
Thank you. We appreciate
thank
that.
you. And then my question is going to be, what's been the biggest change that you've seen in the wrestling business since you first got into the business to now?
Well, there's definitely a lot, man. I first came into the wrestling scene, I would say genuinely in May of 2012. That is when my father broke into the Kentucky independent scene after being away for a little while, raising my two older siblings. And so at the time, I was about 5 years old, going down in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and then after, I was making rounds into other states. But I've had eyes on the business for a long, long time, and I've guys, some of the older cats, and it's crazy because so many of these cats have worked on international scales. So you hear voices from all over with all types of opinions. But I would say probably the biggest change that I really appreciate is that so many cats are ready to take the picture now. When I was young into it, it seemed like everybody was too busy being a rock star to admit how amazing it was to be a part of this. And now that, some of these cats are getting older and we're losing these voices and everybody's still yearning for those stories, now guys are more willing to sit down and try and capture these memories and, record them or even take the picture, tell the stories. It's amazing. I think that's probably my favorite part about wrestling right now is that everybody has seemingly been reminded how great it is to be a part of this beautiful sport.
Marcus?
Well, before I ask my question, I was kind of intrigued about the fact that you wanted to be in a front row seat at a match that was 20 years before you were even born. I was kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, weren't even thought of yet, but somebody else picked Flair for the gold just past week too, didn't they?
Yep.
I think it was Robbie Blade, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was Brandon Wilson.
Yeah.
Just picked that last week. So anyhow, okay. Well, I know your dad trained you. Did you have anybody else that had a hand in your training?
Because I will never do him that disservice. But any success that I ever gained from this business, absolutely, I do have to give credit to the Century Pitbull, River City Monster, former gold-blooded killer. He's the heavyweight champion everywhere that he's ever been. Just this weekend, man had 3 shows in Cave-In Rock, Illinois, in front of 13,000 people. That is a big deal. It was all orchestrated and Pitbull, Omega D. Everybody check him out. He is the River City Pitbull, the Gold Blood Killer. Check him out.
Yeah, I've seen him before. He's very good. Warren?
What's your favorite finishing move that you've ever seen that you're just like, I love it, I wish I could do it, or?
Man, so this weekend I had the privilege of being at Hog Rock surrounded by many great wrestling minds, many cats who have been around for a long, long time. And one of the guys that we all remember fondly is Shane Mercer. That guy has superhuman abilities. I have seen him do unbelievable things. I've seen this man take another grown man, press him over his head, and send him over the top of a steel cage. He throws guys like Ethan Heyer 30 yards, it seems. Shane Mercer should be in the NFL right now because he's the only guy I've ever seen that could throw a 200-yard touchdown pass.
Okay. Favorite pro wrestling match you have seen live?
Ooh, man. There's been a lot of good ones, man. I've had the privilege of going through several stints and that over the course of my entire life. One of the best matches that I have ever seen. Let's see here, gentlemen. There's been a lot of good ones. Are you all familiar with T.A. Lightning? He was around for a long time. I believe he broke in the 90s. I was familiar with him from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. He and my father had some great matches there. The crowd ate it up. It was a very small town, and it was old school vibe that you could just feel. You could cut the tension in the air with a knife, man. There was so much drama, so much suspense and intrigue in that crowd. For whatever reason, they didn't.
Oh, I was wondering because his signal was getting kind of choppy.
We lost him. Hopefully we'll get him back here in a second. Yeah, I think he was having a little bit of connection trouble.
Yes, it definitely seemed like it. Yeah, that was a pretty good answer. I mean, Ric Flair, like you said, he was well before he was born.
Yeah, 20 years before he was born. Because when he said that, I think, well, wait a minute, let me do the math here. It's like, well, let's see. Okay, that.
All right, I think we have him back.
Freeze on you guys?
You,
Did it
we
freeze up?
we lost you.
Gotcha. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I believe the question was, what was my favorite match that I've seen live, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, man. My father and TJ Lightning in about 2013. One time in particular, it was my dad and J.R. Rock going up against Rob Terry and TJ Lightning. I don't know if you guys remember Rob Terry. He was in the TNA. I believe he's European, and he did the bodybuilding. This guy was over 300 pounds. It seemed like he was 6'6" and a marble statue that had come to life. Seeing him and the commissioner that everybody knew and loved, TJ Lightning, go up against J.R. Rock and my dad, who, of course, were the meanest guys on the block. The crowd ate it up, man, and I loved being able to see that with my own eyes.
Chris?
What's something you love? Excuse me, love about the wrestling business, and something that you hate about the wrestling business.
Man, so actually, it's a double-edged sword on this. So I think it kind of answers both parts of this question. I would say the traveling. Um, as a bigger guy, I'm 250 pounds. I'm about 6'3" or so, 6'4", somewhere in there. And being in the car, oof, it sucks. It's terrible. I'm stiff by the time I get to the arenas, and then after I wrestle a hell of a match every night, I get back in the car hurting, and then I gotta hurt all the way back to the house, and that definitely gets exhausting. But on that same token, I've seen some beautiful places that would have never been possible without being in the car, and I've gotten to have some stories now with great wrestling minds on how I can get better by being in the car for hours on end. So it's bittersweet, you know what I mean?
Marcus?
All right, this ought to be a good one. Tell us what it felt like to smack the daylights out of Joe Monroe with the kendo stick last year.
It was the greatest moment of my life, I do believe. Maybe that's a stretch. I've had a lot of great moments now, but it's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Austin Diamond's career highlights. I've never seen somebody have their eyes wide open but be so visibly unconscious. And after he spent so long trashing my name and pretending that I didn't have any accolades of my own, it felt amazing to let him know who I was. It felt amazing to show all of the hillbillies there in Tennessee that Austin Diamond was the man.
Okay, Warren?
Obviously, like you said, you already had broadcasting. You have a really good voice, persona, talk. As a wrestler, would you want to be able to do your own mic work, or would you rather have a manager do the mic work for you?
I love doing my own mic work, but I also love having somebody next to me to play off of. I'm a very jovial guy. I don't want to overstep and compare myself to Brian Pillman and the Horsemen, but that's always how I felt. My dad had a very controlled fashion that he liked, but I was always the odd man out because I didn't necessarily need a plan to go out there and have a great time. I could fly off the cuff and I could just feel any type of energy in the air and ride it out to wherever I wanted to go. Um, I always felt like I was a lone horseman in my own right, being a part of the Diamond Cartel. And that was a lightning in a bottle that created a lot of great moments for me. So I owe a lot of that to Scott Diamond. And with that, I'd say that's definitely my preference, but being able to go out and do my own thing has been spectacular in its own right.
You get to spend a week with any pro wrestler to train and learn from. Who would you pick?
Man, I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say probably Brian Danielson. He has been around for my entire life and then some. He has been all over the place and he has been successful everywhere he's gone. Everybody knows his name and for a good reason. All of the greats acknowledge him as another one of them. And for that reason, I got to say that would be spectacular. Being able to sit under that learning tree would be second to none.
Chris?
Have you got to wrestle in any other states besides Kentucky? And if so, what is there a big difference from like state to state in like styles or the fans?
Yeah, so I've probably wrestled in Kentucky less than I've wrestled anywhere else. Let's see here. Just this weekend, like I said, I got to wrestle in Illinois for the first time. I had 3 matches up there this weekend. The weekend before, I do believe I was on the eastern side of Tennessee. I think the week before that was western Tennessee. I do a lot of work in Jeffersonville, Indiana. I started in West Virginia, and there is a unique feel everywhere I go, even town to town, east side to west side, state to state. Everywhere has a unique feel, and I wouldn't say any are better or worse, but they all have their own flavor of ice cream, so to speak, that they take to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marcus, final 3 questions.
He does that to me every week. Okay. Who do you want to work that you have not worked yet?
Omega D. Omega D. He and I have never had a match opposite each other, and I don't know how it's possible because I've been around him for the last 10 years nonstop. From the time I was old enough, well, hell, I had already been in the ring for years by the time I had met him. So he and I were brothers from the first time we met. He's taken me all over the country with him, and somehow I've never seen him on the other side of the ring from me when the bell rang. I don't know if I could hang with him, but I'd love to see if I could.
Warren?
All right, we previously had your dad on, and an awesome guy. But I was always wondering, as a second generation wrestler, have you ever felt any additional pressure on yourself to go out and perform? And if you have you handled that?
Oh, I deal with that every day, brother. You know, it's one thing to have big shoes to fill, and it's another thing to have craters left at the top of a mountain by somebody who is undeniably a god in his own right. He is a wrestling god. He is the godfather of the Diamond Cartel. He is the Albert Anastasia of pro wrestling. How do you live up to that, brother? I have no idea, but somehow I feel in my own right, I am lightning in a bottle. Everywhere I go, I can feel the energy come up with me, and it's because I shine so bright. I am the cold-blooded killer. I am the baby-faced monster. From, the age of 15 when I started wrestling, I have been a force to be reckoned with. And a lot of that comes from the guys I ran with. But I'm now at a point where I'm capable of standing on my own 2 feet, and I owe that all to him. Again, Scott Diamond absolutely is a great guy.
Okay.
And it's been a pleasure to be a part of all of this.
That's awesome. Dream match that you could go back and see anybody from the history, and dream match to compete in.
I wish I could have been there for Taboo Tuesday when Triple H and Ric Flair had the match for the Intercontinental title. That's one of my favorite matches to go back and watch. I can feel everything that they do in my heart, in my soul, and in my brain. When I heard Triple H talk about having to take the horse behind the shed and pull the trigger, I understood because I myself looked at my father at one time and I knew that he hang with me anymore. And I had to do the same thing. I dropped him on his head at the last Scott Diamond birthday bash. And I've come a long way since then. It was something that had to happen. But since that time, I think he's reflected. I think he knows that he had softened up and he and I are able to do business again now.
Chris?
What's been the best piece of advice, wrestling business advice somebody has given you, and who gave it to you?
Let's see here. Practice makes permanent is something that was echoed into my head as I was younger. That was something that Omega D had said to me when I was probably about 13 or 14 years old. It's Frankfort, Kentucky's American Legion. We were working some shows there under the Kentucky Elite Pro Wrestling banner. And, he took care of me. He took me under his wing. And everything I did, he nitpicked. And for a while, I thought, maybe it was excessive. But as I got older, I understood everything should be taken seriously. Everything should be perfect because that's how you create superstars. When the little things matter as much as the big things, everything you do becomes something to be seen.
Marcus?
Did he freeze up again?
I think he's back.
Okay. Your favorite venues that you've worked in?
We all good?
Yeah.
I just got to work under a pavilion in Cave In Rock, Illinois. And it reminded me a lot of Hog Wild back in the day. People had motorcycles and golf carts pulled up for what seemed around us. And there was no power out there hardly. So it was just the stars and the moonlight illuminating everything and the headlights from the vehicles. And it created a certain type of magic. As everybody wrestled their heart out, man. The people ate it up because of that environment. We got to go on at midnight, and everybody had already been partying all day, man. And they took good care of us because we took good care of them.
Warren?
All right. One of my usual ones is WrestleMania is known for extravagant entrances and live music. Who would you want to play out if you came out in WrestleMania, and what song?
Man, so Kanye West is now kind of a figure that doesn't get talked about anymore because of his views. Understandably so, I might add. However, Diamonds from Sierra Leone has been a song that played for me all over the world, it seems. And so, if it weren't for the controversy he is involved in, I would say that would be my dream. But, I tell you what, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Cash Money would also be a solid backup.
That's good. Okay. Favorite meal to eat?
I got you, pal. All the Diamond is a protein man. I love a good steak. It doesn't matter what time of day. From midnight to 11:59 p.m. It's a good idea. Especially medium rare, a little bit of Worcester sauce, a little bit of soy sauce, a little flavor, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Let's see here. But you got to have something to go with it. You got to have like some mashed potatoes, perhaps some mac and cheese and a good soda.
Okay. Chris?
Have you got to work with any like names that have been on TV?
So let's see. Oh hell, am I still with you guys?
Yeah, your connection's gotten a little rocky.
Yeah, it said network lost for just a second. I wasn't sure if I was still with you. I came up around guys like Jimmy Valiant and Tracy Smothers, but by the time I was able to wrestle, they had kind of slowed down, and I haven't been able to do some of that stuff. Of course, Tracy's gone now. Rest his soul. I had a match scheduled with Johnny Swinger this Halloween in Oneida, Tennessee, and for whatever reason, the funding had bottomed out of that, and that show fell through. But I have worked alongside Johnny, Mike Jackson in Possum Trot, Tennessee a few weeks back. That was really cool. The crowd loved that. I've also seen, Rob Conway, Chris Harris. I've seen those guys in the locker room. That was really cool. And they also put on a hell of a show, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Marcus, final question.
Well, funny story time. You said you had one.
All right, pal, I got you. So.
I guess that was so bad they censored me. There we go.
Are we okay?
Hey, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I was trying to zoom in on you to make you full screen, and I hit the wrong button.
Are you worried I was so
Marcus will get you, Chris.
Well, what I thought was maybe it was so bad that the YouTube just dropped him. It's like, no, he ain't telling that. So
no, that was me. I was trying to make it full screen. I hit remove from studio.
All
Hey,
righty.
Marcus, it's
Are
my
we
first show.
ready?
Give me a break.
No pressure. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good now.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really-
So this same festival I was just telling you guys about, it was called Hog Rock, man. We worked in front of 13,000 people, and we put on hellacious matches every night, 3 days in a row. The first show we had started at midnight, and we had a 2-hour slot to fill each night, man. The first time we had our show, we were positioned, and I was gonna go up against a cat named Van Mardigan. Van Mardigan's been around for a long, long time, and he knows all the tricks in the book. For whatever reason, he thought it would be okay to continuously pull my hair, and I did not appreciate it. Austin Diamond is a beautiful man who loves his hair. I will not be like my father and have luscious hair that thins out and turns to nothingness. My hair is here to stay. And after a while, I got tired of it. So, you know what? I started firing up on him and cut him up, beat him to death. I hit the ropes, and he thought for some reason he would be able to hit me with a back body drop. Little did he know, I hit him with a sunset flip, and his tights came with me. I let all three and collected no chance. Everybody knows what Van Mardigan looks like because of Austin Diamond.
Okay, Warren.
Alrighty, I may know the answer to this one, but are you the Generation X or are you an NWO?
I'm a DX guy, especially seeing Hornswoggle in there. That might be a crazy take. I know a lot of people didn't care for when Hornswoggle was in there. I loved it. It was great from start to finish, be it Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Waltman, the New Age Outlaws. There wasn't a bad segment to be had, man.
Besides yourself, who's your favorite independent wrestler?
There's a lot of great stars coming up, man. That's a loaded question. There's a lot of people we don't want to overlook. Party Mike has found a new life, and he has taken to calling himself just Mike Howard, the king of bar fight style. He is a hard-hitting son of a gun. He has found a career resurgence ever since he started taking things more seriously. That guy hits like a freight train. I've found him in the ring many a times now. He and I are getting ready to have another match October the 11th in Danville, Kentucky, the Jeannie Rogers Community Center. And, as hard-hitting as he is, I think I'm going to get the better of him come this Saturday.
Okay, and Chris, final question.
Still muted.
Muted. I'm muted. All right. What I do for my final question is I give you basically a chance to promote yourself, let people know where they can find you, shows on social media, merch, any of that good stuff.
All right. So, Mayhem Media created some wonderful Austin Scott Diamond merchandise. They're a big supporter of Cold Blooded and Diamond Cartel. Go check them out. They have a bonfire website where you can find a lot of my merchandise. Every now and then I'll pop up with something at shows. You can find me in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, Carolina. I'll be around Tennessee. Check Ink and Cranny, and you'll see an Austin Diamond sticker land somewhere, I'm sure. Catch me anywhere you find great wrestling. I work at Elite Wrestling Alliance. I work now at Hog Rock. I will be there again in June. I'm down at Outlaw Wrestling Association. They work in Eastern Tennessee. Look around and you'll find me, guys.
Well, we appreciate you being on with us tonight.
Thank you all very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You have a great night, and we'll have you on again sometime.
Thank you very much. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, you two have a great night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
One venue we worked in Illinois is about 13,000 people a night. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, when he said that, like, well, shit.
Yeah.
That sounded pretty cool. Sound like might have been a lot of drunks there, but it sounded like pretty cool. Well, Chris, we'll if you can, we'll play those 4 promos again for everybody out there.
Which one you?
Let's
Let me know
go.
which one's like.
Jordan James,
Jordan
dude.
James.
Stop.
Jordan James.
Jordan James?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
So Gonzo's Sports Room Wrestling Podcast Show is having a promo battle to see who can cut the best promo in Indiana. And I have to tell you, it is always better Jordan James. So boys, Chris, Tony, you already know who's the best. Always better Jordan James.
Very simple, but very smooth. Liked it a lot. Okay, next up, Bob Steele.
Good afternoon, professional wrestling fans. It's your boy Chris Bob here, and I was asked to say a few things about Gonzo's wrestling room. So I agreed. First off, I don't even know who the hell Gonzo is. But then you got this group of cats who do this show every week. First off, you got the illegitimate bastard son of Harvey Whippleman and Bill Alfonso in Chris Gonzalez. Then you got his dad, a shorter, fatter, uglier version of Mario Andretti. Then you got Kelly, oh so super fine. Her husband, Marcus, not really that fine at all. And then Warren, living in his own misery with that stupid straight-billed hat and ugly-ass button-up shirt. I didn't know what else to say, guys. But if it isn't FOE, Cody Lee, the B.O.B., or the NERD5, you ain't nobody.
You know,
Kelly's
just
the
wanna
only
say-
one you did take a shot at.
I just want to say that, you know, I'm glad to see he was able to fit some time in before he had to go ahead and get the train, the 210 up to Chicago and get that engineer up there. I'm glad to see you found some time there, Bob, to get in a little shot at us, buddy.
Okay, next up, guys, Nerd.
Hello, everyone. In case you haven't had the privilege, my name is Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, and you're listening to G.W.R, and I am the greatest guest, aka the greatest professional wrestler of all time. And quite frankly, if you're not listening to G.W.R, I will slap you silly until it gets into your thick skull that you will be listening to nothing else other than G.W.R. Especially when you have me, Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, on as.
Now, you know, he never said anything bad. He should get a vote just because he did it without a shirt.
Okay. Okay, and the last one is Johnny Blaze.
I'm sure it made Kelly happy playing that twice.
Yeah. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I'm waiting to hear the
Like
comment.
Nerd can't keep his shut.
I don't want to get punched in the head, so I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to comment. Let's go with Johnny Blaze.
Here's Johnny.
That's famous.
Hello, boys and girls. Hello, G.W.R. Marcus Fine, independent wrestling's #1 fan. I say independent wrestling's #1 bum. Lazy bum, because if you were doing anything that you were supposed to be doing, Marcus, you'd understand that you would want me on that show. Yeah, it's a fact. Tony, Chris, and you support this? I thought you two were better than that. Marcus and Mr. Warren Misery? Mr. Warren Misery, if you don't start doing something to promote for Johnny Blaze, Misery's gonna enjoy some company, but that company's not gonna be too much fun, because I bring pain. I bring pain. So guess what? Start doing right, or I'm going to rain down pain on every single one of you. Kelly Fine, get your husband in line. Woo! Didn't know that I could rhyme, did you? Get him in line, Kelly.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna come and see you too.
I've got Check under the bed before I go to sleep. I'm afraid he might be under my bed, just like ah!
No shit, man. He for Halloween, he's perfect, man. That was pretty outstanding. People gonna have a tough time coming up to vote with that. To vote for this. Chris, tell everybody how they can vote and where they can find it.
Well, here in a little while, you'll be able to find a poll on the Gonzo Sports Room Facebook page, and you'll be able to vote. And then and then on that same Facebook page, I'll put each video up so people can be able to watch them again if they would like.
Okay. Say, guys, we'll just keep it up till Saturday at midnight.
And it's one vote only, right?
One vote. Yeah, ask people to vote one time only. We're going to vote ourselves, but we'll vote, one time only. That's the only vote that we have in it. Also, so yeah, hopefully Chris can do that with just one vote only. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
Uh-huh.
I thought all four guys did a great job. All very different, but I thought they all did a great job.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
high for everyone else. So,
and then next week we will have our other ones, other contestants. As of right now, the four that's supposed to be in it is Buck Sexton, Jared Kripke, Mike Noble, and Brody Watkins.
Oh man, we're gonna get called all kinds of shit in there.
Oh, I know it. So hopefully we'll
just think what Brody's gonna have to say about us.
Oh God. Well, I think who's going to take the worst of that is going to probably Marcus.
Yeah, it's probably going to be me.
He might fool us. We never know. But, well, we hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight, and we'll see everybody next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all